Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel where we learn English through inspiring football stories. Today we are going to talk about an incredible football player known for his energy, speed and determination. This is the story of Federico Valverde, one of the most hard-working midfielders in modern football. As you listen, try to focus on the words and sentences. This will help you improve your English listening skills while learning an inspiring football story. Let's begin. Federico Valverde was born on July 22, 1998, in the vibrant city of Montevideo, the capital of Uruguay. Montevideo is a city where football is more than just a sport. It is a way of life. In many neighborhoods, children grow up playing football in the streets, parks, and small fields, dreaming of one day becoming professional players.
Federico Valverde was one of those children. From a very young age, he showed a deep love for football, often spending hours playing with friends, using whatever ball they could find.
For him, football was not just a game, it was a passion that filled his heart with excitement and hope. Valverde grew up in a humble and supportive family that always encouraged him to follow his dreams.
His parents worked hard to provide for the family, and although they did not have great wealth, they gave Federico something even more valuable:
belief and encouragement. They noticed that whenever he had a ball at his feet, he seemed completely focused and happy. As a young boy, Valverde would run tirelessly across the field, chasing the ball with incredible energy and determination.
Even at that early age, people around him began to notice his talent.
Coaches and neighbors often said that the young boy from Montevideo had something special. Like many great footballers, Valverde's early days were filled with simple moments that shaped his future. He played football after school, during weekends, and whenever he had free time. Sometimes he would practice alone, imagining himself playing in big stadiums in front of thousands of fans. Other times he played long matches with neighborhood friends, learning important lessons about teamwork, creativity, and perseverance.
Those small games in the streets helped him develop the skills and confidence that would later define his professional career.
As he grew older, his passion only became stronger. Football was no longer just a childhood hobby, it was becoming a dream and a goal. Federico Valverde believed that if he continued to work hard, stay disciplined, and believe in himself, he could one day play for the biggest clubs in the world. That humble beginning in Montevideo, surrounded by family support and fueled by a love for the game, would become the foundation of an incredible journey that would eventually take him from the streets of Uruguay to the grand stadiums of European football. A young talent appears. As Federico Valverde grew older, his love for football continued to grow stronger every day. What began as simple street games with friends in Montevideo slowly started to reveal something special about him. Federico was not just another child who enjoyed playing football. He showed unusual energy, intelligence, and determination on the field. Even at a young age, he could run for long periods without getting tired, chase every ball with passion, and think quickly during the game. His natural ability to read the play and move across the field impressed the people who watched him play. Friends, neighbors, and local coaches began to realize that this young boy had a rare talent that could take him far in football. When Federico was only 8 years old, his life took an important step forward. He joined the youth academy as Penarol, one of the most historic and respected football clubs in Uruguay. Entering such a well-known academy at a young age was both exciting and challenging. The training sessions were more intense, the competition between young players was stronger, and the expectations from coaches were higher. However, Valverde quickly adapted to this new environment. His tireless running, strong mentality, and willingness to learn helped him stand out among other talented players. Coaches admired his discipline and noticed that he always gave his best effort during training and matches. During these early years at Penarol, Valverde began to develop the playing style that would later make him famous. He showed remarkable versatility in midfield, capable of defending, attacking, and supporting his teammates all over the field. His incredible stamina allowed him to cover large areas of the pitch, and his determination made him fight for every ball. Because of the way he ran constantly across the field, people started calling him El Pajarito, which means the little bird. The nickname perfectly described his playing style: fast, energetic, and always moving. As the years passed, Valverde continued to improve his technical skills and understanding of the game. Coaches trusted him more and more, giving him important roles in youth matches and tournaments. His performances began to attract attention beyond the academy. Scouts and football experts started talking about the young midfielder who had both talent and a strong work ethic. Many believed that if he continued to develop at this pace, he could eventually become one of Uruguay's next great football stars. These early moments at Peñarol were crucial in shaping Federico Valverde's future, marking the beginning of a journey that would soon lead him onto the global stage of professional football.
Growing into a professional player. As Federico Valverde continued developing in the youth academy of Peñarol, it became increasingly clear that he was ready for bigger challenges. His performances in youth competitions were consistently impressive, and coaches noticed how quickly he was improving, both technically and mentally. Valverde was not only a talented player, but also a disciplined learner. He listened carefully to his coaches, studied the game closely, and worked tirelessly during training sessions. Unlike many young players who rely only on natural talent, Valverde focused on improving every aspect of his game: passing, positioning, defending, and attacking. His strong work ethic helped him stand out among other promising players in the academy. By the time he reached his mid-teenage years, Valverde had already developed the qualities of a mature midfielder. He possessed excellent vision on the field, allowing him to read the game and anticipate the movements of both teammates and opponents. His stamina was extraordinary, enabling him to run from defense to attack without losing intensity. Because of these qualities, coaches began trusting him with greater responsibilities during matches. They recognized that he had the intelligence and composure necessary to compete at a higher level. Gradually, the young midfielder from Montevideo began moving closer to the dream he had imagined as a child. In 2015, when Valverde was still only a teenager, he achieved a major milestone in his career. He made his professional debut for Peñarol's first team. Playing in the senior squad of one of Uruguay's biggest clubs was a huge step forward. The level of competition was much tougher than youth football, and every match demanded greater physical strength, concentration, and confidence. However, Valverde did not appear intimidated by the challenge. Instead, he approached every opportunity with courage and determination, proving that he could compete against experienced professional players. During his early matches with Peñarol's senior team, Valverde continued to demonstrate his dynamic playing style. He covered large areas of the pitch, helped his teammates defend against attacks, and contributed to offensive plays with powerful passes and long-range shots. His performances quickly attracted attention not only from local fans, but also from international scouts. Clubs across Europe began monitoring the young Uruguayan midfielder, recognizing that he possessed the potential to become a world-class player. These early professional experiences marked a critical stage in Valverde's development, transforming him from a promising academy player into a rising professional footballer, ready to take the next step in his remarkable journey. The big move to Europe. For many young football players in South America, the ultimate dream is to one day play in Europe, where some of the biggest and most competitive football clubs in the world are located. For Federico Valverde, that dream began to become reality after his impressive performances with Peñarol. His talent, work ethic, and maturity on the field had already attracted attention from international scouts. They saw in him a midfielder who possessed not only physical strength and speed, but also intelligence and discipline, qualities that are essential for success at the highest level of football. As more people started to talk about the young Uruguayan player, one of the biggest clubs in the world began to show serious interest in him. In 2016, Valverde made one of the most important decisions of his life when he signed a contract with Real Madrid. For a teenager from Montevideo in Uruguay, joining such a legendary club was an extraordinary opportunity. Real Madrid is known around the world for its rich history, passionate supporters, and long list of trophies. Many of the greatest football players in history have worn the famous white jersey of the club. For Valverde, becoming part of that institution meant stepping onto a global stage where expectations were extremely high. It was both a dream come true and the beginning of a new challenge. Moving to Europe required significant adjustments. Valverde had to leave his home country, family, and familiar surroundings behind in order to start a completely new chapter of his life in Madrid. Everything felt different. The culture, the language, the pace of life, and especially the level of football competition. The training sessions were faster and more demanding, and he was now surrounded by players from all over the world who were also striving to prove themselves. For a young player, adapting to such an environment required courage, patience, and determination. However, Valverde approached this new situation with the same strong mentality that had helped him succeed in Uruguay. At first, he joined Real Madrid Castilla, the club's reserve team, where young players develop their skills and prepare for the senior squad. This stage was extremely important for his growth, because it allowed him to learn the style and philosophy of Real Madrid, while gradually adjusting to European football. Valverde trained hard every day, constantly trying to improve his passing, positioning, and physical strength. His dedication did not go unnoticed by the coaches. They saw that the young midfielder had the potential to become a valuable player for the club in the future. The move to Europe marked a turning point in Federico Valverde's career. It was a moment when his childhood dream of playing on the international stage began to take shape. Although the journey ahead would still include many challenges and lessons, the experience of joining Real Madrid opened the door to opportunities that would eventually transform him into one of the most dynamic and respected midfielders in modern football. Learning and improving. After moving to Europe and joining Real Madrid, Federico Valverde entered a new phase of his career where patience and continuous improvement were essential. Although joining such a famous club was a dream come true, Valverde understood that success at the highest level would not happen immediately. At first, he played for Real Madrid Castilla, the reserve team, where young players train and develop before earning a place in the senior squad. This environment allowed him to adapt to the faster and more tactical style of European football. The training sessions were intense, and every player was competing to prove they deserved a chance to move up to the first team. To gain more professional experience, Valverde was later loaned to Deportivo La Coruña, a club competing in Spain's top football league. This period was extremely important for his development as a player. Playing regularly against experienced professionals helped him improve his confidence, physical strength, and tactical awareness. He learned how to handle pressure during difficult matches and how to stay focused, even when facing strong opponents. The experience also helped him understand the demands of professional football in Europe. Each game became a lesson, and every challenge helped him grow, both as a footballer and as a person. When Valverde returned to Real Madrid after his loan spell, he was no longer just a young prospect. He had become a stronger and more complete midfielder. His ability to run tirelessly across the field, support both defense and attack, and remain calm under pressure impressed the coaching staff. Slowly but surely, he started earning opportunities to play alongside some of the best footballers in the world. These moments proved that his dedication and perseverance were paying off. The young boy from Uruguay was gradually transforming into a reliable player, ready for bigger responsibilities. Becoming a key player, over time, Valverde's importance within Real Madrid continued to grow. Coaches began to trust him more during important matches because of his incredible work rate, discipline, and versatility. Unlike many players who specialize in only one role, Valverde demonstrated the ability to perform multiple tasks on the field. He could defend effectively, carry the ball forward during counterattacks, and even score powerful goals from long distance. His tireless running allowed him to cover large areas of the pitch, helping his teammates whenever needed. Because of this unique combination of energy and intelligence, he quickly became one of the most valuable midfielders in the team. One of the most impressive aspects of Valverde's playing style is his determination. No matter how intense the match becomes, he continues to run, fight for the ball, and support his teammates until the final whistle. Fans admire his commitment and passion for the game. His performances in major competitions such as the UEFA Champions League showed that he could perform at the highest level against the best clubs in Europe. In several important matches, Valverde's speed, passing ability, and defensive work helped Real Madrid secure crucial victories. As the seasons passed, Valverde became a regular starter for the team, playing alongside world-class players and contributing to the club's continued success. His development from a promising young player into a key member of one of the most successful football clubs in history was a remarkable achievement. Through dedication, discipline, and constant improvement, he proved that hard work can turn potential into greatness. Inspiring the next generation. The journey of Federico Valverde has become a powerful source of inspiration for young football players around the world. His story is not only about talent, but also about persistence, discipline, and the courage to chase a dream despite many challenges. Valverde began his life as an ordinary boy growing up in Montevideo, a city where football is deeply rooted in everyday life. Like many children in Uruguay, he spent his childhood playing football in the streets and small neighborhood fields, imagining what it would feel like to play in the biggest stadiums in the world. At that time, he did not have fame, money, or global recognition. What he had was a strong passion for the game and an unwavering belief that hard work could lead him to something greater. As Valverde's career progressed, and he eventually joined the legendary club Real Madrid, his story began reaching young fans across different countries and cultures. Many children started to look up to him as an example of what dedication and humility can achieve. Despite becoming a star at one of the world's most famous football clubs, Valverde remained grounded and focused. He continued to work hard during training sessions, support his teammates, and show respect to coaches and fans. This attitude has made him not only a talented footballer, but also a role model for young people who dream of building successful careers in sports. One of the most inspiring aspects of Valverde's journey is how he demonstrates that success does not happen overnight. His rise to the top of professional football involved years of training, sacrifices, and constant improvement. From the youth academy at Peñarol to adapting to European football and eventually competing in elite tournaments like the UEFA Champions League, every step required patience and determination. Young players who watch Valverde today can learn an important lesson. Talent alone is not enough. True success comes from a combination of passion, discipline, resilience, and the willingness to keep learning, even after achieving great milestones. Beyond his performances on the pitch, Valverde's character also inspires the next generation. He represents values that go far beyond football: teamwork, humility, perseverance, and responsibility. Many coaches and sports educators encourage young athletes to study his style of play and mindset. His ability to run tirelessly, support both attack and defense, and stay focused during high-pressure matches demonstrates the importance of commitment and mental strength. For young players who dream of following a similar path, Valverde's story serves as a reminder that greatness often begins with simple beginnings and strong determination. When young football fans watch Valverde play for Real Madrid or represent his country in international competitions, they see more than just a talented midfielder. They see proof that dreams can become reality through dedication and belief. The boy who once played football in the streets of Montevideo has become an international star, and his journey continues to motivate thousands of young athletes to pursue their own dreams. By showing that success is built through perseverance and humility, Federico Valverde continues to inspire the next generation of footballers to believe in themselves and work tirelessly toward their goals. Final lesson. The story of Federico Valverde teaches us many important lessons about life, determination, and the power of believing in our dreams. Valverde did not begin his journey as a famous football star. He started as a young boy in Montevideo, growing up in a simple environment where football was played in the streets and local fields. Like many children in Uruguay, he dreamed of becoming a professional footballer. But dreams alone are never enough. What made Valverde different was his commitment to working hard every single day, even when the path ahead seemed uncertain. His journey reminds us that success rarely happens instantly. Behind every great achievement, there are years of preparation, discipline, and sacrifice. Valverde spent countless hours training, improving his skills, and learning from both victories and mistakes. When he moved to Europe to join Real Madrid, he entered a new world full of challenges and expectations. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, he used these challenges as motivation to grow stronger. He proved that patience, resilience, and humility are just as important as natural talent. Another important lesson from Valverde's story is the value of teamwork and respect. Football is not a sport that can be won alone. Valverde's playing style shows how important it is to support teammates, defend together, and celebrate success as a team. His energy on the field and his willingness to work for the team demonstrate that true leaders help others shine, rather than seeking attention only for themselves. For young players and viewers, this is a powerful reminder that greatness is not only measured by trophies or goals, but also by character and dedication. In the end, Federico Valverde's journey teaches us that every dream is possible if we remain committed and believe in ourselves. No matter where we start in life, determination and hard work can open doors to incredible opportunities. The boy who once played football in the streets of Montevideo now competes on the biggest stages in world football. His story proves that with passion, perseverance, and humility, anyone can transform a simple dream into a remarkable reality. Thank you for listening to this inspiring story. If you enjoyed learning English and football stories like the journey of Federico Valverde, we invite you to continue exploring more amazing stories on this channel. Like this video if you learned something new. Comment below and tell us which football player story you want to hear next. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next video where we learn English through the incredible journeys of football legends. Remember, every great player started somewhere small. Keep believing in your dreams, keep learning, and keep improving your English with us.